I graduated a year ago and I still haven't found a job. So I'm gonna see what happens first. My career as a Pokemon Champions player, or I become a wage cook. First things first, let's address what I have, right? I have a DSi, a 2DS Switch, and these are the games that I have. With all this, I was able to get a nearly complete living dex, excluding a couple mythicals. I essentially have access to all the Pokemon I ever really need. Now, at the time of making this, I already climbed a Great Ball with a team using simisear. Although the game's a lot more limited than what I hoped it would be, it allows Pokemon like simisear, some of the most unpopular Pokemon, to actually be useful, right? So Wolfie, Blunder, it's okay. We have me now. Here's my simisear team that I cooked up. He's supposed to serve as a budget Incineroar, and I know what you're thinking. Why not just use Incineroar? Because I'm a hardworking patriot, I'm an honorable man, and I do not need government handouts to win games. Incineroar is the devil reincarnated, and I refuse to use it. That's why I'm using Simisear. Also, just love Simisear. A little bit about the team. I'm using him to do fake out Will-O-Wisp, taunt type of flare. Charizard, why? Just because it's fucking broken as shit. It's just this is like mainly a Sun team. I know I could go Venusaur, and that's what probably everyone is going, but I noticed that I don't want to do that. I like using Pokemon that aren't really that popular. Like I've played for a week now. I have literally never seen anyone use Simisear or Heliolisk. I think I've seen Victreebel just a little bit, but yeah, Victreebel pretty good. I like getting off that Prio, well, essentially Prio with Chlorophyll. Yeah, Chlorophyll, Sleep Powder, love that combination. I have Poison Jab for the fairy types. Power Whip, I think I missed once, despite it being 85 accuracy. So maybe it's not the worst option. Knockoff's pretty good for dealing with like Hatterene and stuff like that. But typically I run Charizard. I want to say like three of these four make it into like who I select, and then I usually have Clefable or Simisear support. If that makes sense. Yeah. All right, guys. So here I am in Pokemon Champions with my team. Just want to showcase it, looks a little bit better than on Showdown. As you can see, I name all my Pokemon after One Piece characters. That's a thing that, I don't know, as more videos come out, you'll definitely notice it a lot more. Alright, so starting off battle number 1, I choose to lead with my Charizard and my Heliolisk because I need Clefable and Excadrill in the back to deal with their threats. However, due to Incineroar's Intimidate, don't want to leave with Excadrill. Also, Incineroar Flare Blitz me, which if I lose Excadrill, I pretty much lose the game. Starting out with turn 1, I Mega to get the Drought plus Solar Power combo off, and I choose to Protect because literally 100% of the time, they look to fake out my Charizard turn 1. Can't do anything about it. If they didn't lead with Incineroar, I would have Heat Waved and then focused the Whimsicott so that way it couldn't get Tailwind up. It'll get Tailwind up, but I'll get rid of it pretty quickly. However, in this case, I couldn't do that, so instead I choose to just Thunderbolt, get some damage off Incineroar, get rid of the Citrus Berry pretty early on, which is good, in my opinion. Like I predicted, goes to the Tailwind Fake Out. Not much I can really do here. And then for the second turn, I choose Heat Wave and Thunderbolt. The Whimsicott, try to get rid of it. I'm assuming the Incineroar is going to look for a parting shot here. And I wasn't expecting the Encore from Whimsicott, I'm going to be honest. Didn't know it ran that. So it kind of gets rid. It kind of like messes up my plan to get rid of Whimsicott. But I Thunderbolt, get some damage off. Probably broke the Sash. And then as you can see, Incineroar went for the parting shot. Went on Heliolisk, which is pretty good read on them, in my opinion. Instead of the Charizard. But they choose to switch out into Farigiraf. Honestly, don't know why they did that, but because they just have 2 support mons here, I'm not really like following that plan, or sorry, that idea. And in this situation, my 2 Pokemon can't really do anything. because I'm on court and I'm at -1 special attack. So I just choose to double switch into my Excadrill and my Clefable, since I'm not feeling a threat from Incineroar here. Whimsicott choose to double into my Clefable, which honestly not a bad shout. Losing a lot of HP on Clefable, pretty difficult in this situation, because I need Clefable to redirect damage, right? Okay, so this turn, I choose to Swords Dance and protect the Clefable, because I know for a fact they're going to look for damage on Clefable, try to get the kill. For Graph goes for Hyper Voice, not much I can do about that, but Excadrill tanks it really well. I just get a free Swords Dance off, right? So I'm in a really good position here to just sweep. With their Tailwind ending, I'm in a really good spot to take control of the game. I just look to Iron Head the Whimsicott here, get rid of it, because I know Burgraff can't really do anything to Excadrill. I just follow me, keep Excadrill alive as much as I possibly can. Only threat right now that I know of is Incineroar, right? One Flare Blitz and it's pretty much wraps. Losing Clefable here, pretty difficult, because I do need that to redirect damage, right? Sunlight goes out, but that's not really that important. The reason why I chose to Swords Dance earlier is because I knew that Incineroar is bound to come back up, right? And I don't want to be at -1, so I'd rather have some attack boost, right? I'm gonna look for the Volt Switch into getting my Charizard out. I'm not really sure why I went for Heliolisk instead of Charizard. I think that was a misclick, but I'm gonna look for some Rock Slide damage. Incineroar's gonna look for that Fake Out. I was expecting Fake Out on Excadrill, if I'm gonna be honest, but honestly it's pretty good that it went on my Heliolisk. Some would say that that's an IQ too high for me to even understand. Because without the threat of Fake Out, I can confidently outspeed the Incineroar and KO it. It's honestly really good damage from Heliolisk. No one expects damage from Heliolisk, I'm gonna be honest. I think most people don't even know what that Pokemon does. Unfortunately, Incineroar dodges the Rock Slide. Which is pretty unlucky. Yeah, I eat a Flare Blitz and it KOs my Excadrill, which was like kind of the situation I was hoping to avoid. But at this point, Incineroar is like basically done for, so I'm in a really good spot to win the game right now. They lead with their Charizard. Now my Heliolisk is Scarfed, so there's no chance that it can outspeed me. I just look for easy Thunderbolt, KO. Honestly, really good game one for the YouTube channel. Unfortunately, didn't bring out the simisear. Just didn't see the angle for it this game, but on to the next one. Alright, so I choose to lead with the same team as I did last game, except with the Victory Bell instead of my Heliolisk to just counter the poison, or sorry, to use poison to counter the grass and fairy types. They get the snow warning up, not a big deal because I can just mega get rid of it. But I don't really have an answer to deal with Whimsicott's Prankster Tailwind here because I didn't bring my Fake Out Pokemon. But that's okay. I just choose to Heat Wave to bring down Whimsicott to 1 HP, and then use Poison Jab to knock out the Ninetales, right? Unfortunately, to get that extra and sensory off, took out my Victory Bell to like 1/3 HP. Not much I can really do there about that. I'm running Focus Sash, so, you know, I was guaranteed a kill here. I could also, like, I was thinking about going a defensive berry on Victory Bell, but I'm not too sure. I think Focus Sash works out pretty well. They just go Sneasler here, just protect, deal with the Fake Out. And then I also tank a Moonblast from Whimsicott. Resisted, so it's all good. I just go for the poison jab, look for the kill. And now, okay, so they decide to go into Mega Meganium here. I'm pretty sure by now the Tailwind ran out, so I just get to get a free poison jab, knock off the Meganium, or knock out the Meganium, and then unfortunately my Heat Wave misses on the Sneasler, but at this point in the game, they're not really able to do anything because I still have my other two Pokemon. Get a nice little FF today. I didn't record the team preview for this, so my bad, but I choose to lead with simisear and my Charizard, choose to fake out the Whimsicott, and then Heat Wave on the Charizard, just to get rid of Whimsicott. Now, this is a situation where simisear is actually just really shines. So I'm able to get rid of the Sash and get rid of Whimsicott before it can set up Sun. It's really important. Or sorry, before it can set up Tailwind. What am I saying? With Whimsicott gone, I'm pretty okay with being able to deal. I got really lucky this turn, to be honest. Dodging Rock Slide on my Charizard completely changes the game, right? I'm able to eat my Citrus Berry, and now simisear is able to provide even more value outside of that initial fake out. Now, Chlorophyll on the Venusaur is an issue, so I just choose to taunt it and then protect to hopefully live. Unfortunately, Venusaur did run Earth Power, didn't record it, but it killed my simisear. I got outsped and Venusaur used Earth Power on my simisear. Not much I could do about that, to be honest. But luckily I made a good read on the slide. So here, I just go to my table. I want to get rid of this Venusaur. Flamethrower 1-hit KO on Venusaur, no big deal, and then Moonblast chips away at Garchomp. At this point in the game, I don't really need my Charizard. He kind of got rid of the big threats. Went 2 for 1, always good. Moonblast knocks out the Garchomp, and yeah, not much they can do here. I still have another Pokemon in the back, and they're down to 1. So Charizard, again, I outspeed this thing, so I just go for the helping hand to secure the kill. Yeah, with this, I'm able to end up in Ultra Ball tier. I'm very happy about that. However, I realized at the end of making this video that I do need to make some changes to this team because it's supposed to be spreading the simisear agenda. Unfortunately, my simisear literally only got to see 1 turn of gameplay in this entire video. So next video, we're gonna come back with an even better team. I cooked up something crazy while editing this video. I'm in the process of making that team. So listen. To all those that watch and that play League of Legends, simisear is scaling. He's a scaling Pokemon. And we're gonna see that next one. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video.